The Shema Munina Highway at the Bapa 97.9 Radio XYZ 93.1 TV XYZ Song. As about Dryabo no set from Tubrum Kasiebo, Ebo or Sanabus Mendeta Duno, some Fiempimino, and a Duno enum. Eda Bukiada, Ena Ebras say de Ebremi. Kasiebo be enam. Global FM Ebu, Sharp FM Takraden, Summer FM Kankwanta, Boom FM Ebu Just Kind, Honorable Kofi Adams Papa Binabatum Pisiaso Eneho. Jinya me was Sampa, Nananama for Ghost to West End Radio, Elembele, Honorable Kofi Amabua, Nabatum Pisiaso, KFM Kwaza, Nkigi FM Bole, Vinci Radio ni TV, Dunkwa ono fen, Wubenya Kasebwe etie Ebu. Rich FM Asim Fusu. High Radio ewo bechem Otchere Radio down by when past some Parindi FM ewo pusi ga Buno FM Sunyane Sunset Radio FB Nyan Sapo FM ewo Shama Wamonso Efa Kasiebo Ebin Apple 68 FM ewo Virginia America memu Kasiebo Ebin nam Hodesi Radio wo Italy adam for Pa Radio any OPD Radio ni nyina wo UK Loud Silence TV Kevin Taylor Papa B, one and a pound for one more Fabi America, my money and my Ghana ha. Radio SM online, tuning up so Power 97.9, Kasiebo Ebi and Nam home. Facebook Power 979 TV XYZ. Beppo say man and a man for come page. Our Facebook. Nekoya Kasiebo Ebi YouTube. XYZ broadcasting. Multi TV digital Boston so. Radio XYZ. Ko na ekosha Kasiebo Ebi. Anase kutiebi ewo ho yewo information centers awodo yememu a womo FB mepamu yede womo edin ebeto edwa Kasiebo ede bai emu nsem tutu ye beto edwa bi enese Sabaya na Ghana betimi akwatia nipa boni ade God first mase ekwamono no ekotonti God body mpanyfo ede dwumade soronko aba ebeboa na mo agese ya license omo etufam gudie no ahyomu nkuna wasa kwan no eso My Penny John Dramani Mama na wudu Singapore my emua yamano edin sonkon Vanda John Dramani Mahama Saso ana Ghana gas empayefo so abamane se nde forma kuma kudu omudisi ho so mu yensie omdwumade ne mfidie ho no ene no omawie MPP amayokuo no egu esanse ene mpenefo mo person betu frank ama yoku no wobia elesti wobia boni awaye the sense of Kennedy Japan Dr. Baobia Bana Champo I do chesa 80 party this is here any direction bia atete apansam Sanso and no motonka our mind Ghana mun so extra subs adwumako so modern ase bia obi e krakania do me check ni ye na mu enye sikagye no nko a enomani ebeku ho Abrantie bi ana wodi cocaine nsuo so chese worship yakwa wakukudro ya yesisi cocaine no kilograms mako enwotwe Narcotics Control Commission nakok womache no Saso ana National Apprenticeship Program no enei nipa enya akwanya so emergency no ya amania adwoma tuma omo afi mudimedie ase Wodi ato omen semtwafo animu se eba no yeda ubo emu a enkro enkuma wom hia mpuntuo eya yenka ho asemom Wei ani samudo bi ana yaboaboa no se Promotional Kasiebo a yade eba besomo ewo kasefidie eso Kasiebo nwumakuo bi adaroma ena omosom afa ho kasiom nanso enti yetimi abegina Kasiebo no yade ebremo enti yade asede ne bi ema X natural mineral water me pacho eyensu krojempa Food and Drugs Authority aje adia tumu enti so pensu papa panom ema se ofipamfo na hoho bi eba ofia eno ane so pe X natural mineral water ni bi akire kwan adia so mo kama na etimi abo me pacho okọ mekom shop bia ben obenya bia ato ewo ho obedwuma koma so hwe Mr. Robert obenya dodro ewo ho na ese watu adi akodi udwuma na mpo se yan fam brown so akwanya wo ho modian so be 0596 273 546 bebia obia insoni ebesoa dese na yade ababa somom yade asede ne bi so ema eye medimosis esan so de nupa abedwa so a eno eye liquid capsules drupa papa ese wonuma eboa wo na nipadua no etimi
ayi adwuma yie pa edupa nya bi anma aboa na ebo liver no ban ade ema wo saa so ene nipadua no so nima bi adidi akogumu na de wo se ba bonte esa ka mu nyina na behwe na huru nipadua no asamfre mu kama ade ama wo na pomode won sam so atimi akonkan ebia wodidi anadwe aduan na se wodi no gina wo antimi anyam ye undigest ye ne nyina nya live kit capsules ne bia etimi boa wo emese wo so ugina ye power pomode won sam ho pomode aso befre 0244068447 na bia tondo manga ne nyina akwa obenya bi anom na watimi enya pomode mapame pacho so ni numdro no nyina so na se nkwa na se yade no eyache wo se otu ase kra eni nti eba ne sa pomode ase odi wani ba kire mu was Solar Natural Clinic ayaresabia doctor for enim de pa egu ho eni nti ese okwa o ma show kama na se yade mo tuase kura woni padua nim ade amawo enu acho mo mfidi papa nso a o ma hwehwe ni padua nim ba bia yade na adwane akota bia no o mbe woni nkonse pie ma so ho atimi ato na mpo se bia kidney ho nsam liver ho nsam ampo ayawo ne nei wa pa bia cha emba omodia so be Solar Natural Clinic na Dr. Fonbe Buaw na watimi enya pomne mapo nya woni bi na abuaw ye pa from was 0553932631 na Solar Natural Clinic mpanyimfo mbuawo na se yade akoya kwankora so no omuntu asie emfa mawo na mepacho emra Solar fo ma nduro anom na atisenya miado mafefuro no akwada na ba ntutu na asio wo se atisa akwada no gege ne so oyo hene prekope anito modern so beko gentle step mother care ho na watimi akoto nkwada nuoma mpaboa ntade se diapers nyina no kotobi wona siesie akwada wakwa yaresabia Dr. Maule se what time eyaso anito kotobra kwa gentle step mother care na koto ni mesa se ne bo from esanso ye papa ebeche ye pa adiamam na o bia school ibine se oje nkwada nketoa wope niema nkwada ne bedi agro na school no se nani akamu padia gentle step mother care ho na ewo se woko make se wohia eye bicycles ne tricycles a nkwada bedi agro ana baby scott car seat baby walkers ne nyina kwa obenya bi ho baby bouncers ne swings diapers ne breast pumps ne nyina benya bi ewo gentle step mother care me pa chom omo ankra Sprinters Road omo ben eye Pogas Furniture omni absa bang no edi enimhwenti commodian so beko no akoto nyema ni bi onkwada na sedwumefo ho no omani enim da hop kama pa sere ndi ape bia won sebeke bi na atimi aboa wonso ye from 0244238477 na se Gentle Step Madaka emboa wo na nyoma pa wo nyina no won site mi akabe nmeku awodo ka wo biripam no monsam ya de beto aso amamo
evie Kasiebo mokote beka fa ya de dwane ya desto mo eyeme be po so hima nana ya foriwa amafo kwomai agudie papa bi ladies dumbbells nafi
akuya Krantema
afenya nyemrani ente kase no emu enchemu Ghana man pani papa nani abie no wa ni swade hunu na Ghana dana koma so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na ntu abo ewo Singapore man nimu no woduru ho no etese womo agye no efel so enya sem ketwa enen wodu Singapore man no emu a womo ewo biaye a ehwo no enhwren ahodo ena yedua ewo ho National Otchere Gardens ehwo ena man Mahama okopie mo ebo na eba no enhure na ye wo mo ahodo types ahodo bebre efe papa no na ye yi kyeremu ye fe papa pa wodwene ho a ebro adwen elenti ase so na man Mahama ento abom kopie mu ebo Singapore Botanical Gardens emu no ena omo se papa waba yem wakwa abo na wedie ne ye beye ne se ye beto wabedin enu nti no man Mahama womo efa enhure no efa baabi ena womo train di go so se ye de ato etisesi a edi omo de ma no ye Vanda enti Vanda John Dramani Mahama ewo ho anata se eye enika pa ya womo echemo ese womo de besi baabi a VIP fuo no Otchere no anase enhure awodo no ye womo nchichemu Yawa VIP dear ho, and I yawa popular dear one a regular. 18 bueno, one say one the best see baby a VIP dear a one akesi fuomu dear ne palm. Na chesaka one more collections no home and na would Singapore mino emwa ebano Otchere and I say in hurry I would draw akesi ya chese ema ahomekana wamo amamremono womu ye pa se pempi no titru enintini wa man hodo so womo ekopiemu wo Singapore Botanic Gardens hona ya womo tai eyi baby no womo de ato sa dignitary na say nipa wodi mu pa na waba bepie mu ewo ho enu nti no enu bi no womo aye de ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sisi a wo fe na Favanda eka ho na wono so enam so de nensa ehye homa ase ya enu Otchere no wo kire nentu aboye a wo koye no de afri mu aba ene nani so ewo sa ye orchids ehona yede no ekokopie ye ewo ho ansa na no na my pene Mahama edinkan akopie mu ewo Singapore Institute of Technology ya eno so ekwan a wo mofaso esua ade ye tese akesie mu de esuapo mu ede ekwan a wo mofaso egi nimudie no eno so okoye ekohwe ese de wo mo eye no na afen so okọ biopolis ya eno so no ankrenkre atina ye ene oman no edie na kwan wo faso collaborate na say wo mo eka ebomuo na ema abefo nimdie mu enhwehwemu nyansape etumi ekoso no eho nso wode nani ekohweye ehwe wo mo edwumadie sede etie ewo ho a na eye ahomeka pam University for Industry and Singapore wo mo esuapon ya edi enkan ya yeji nimdie ewo ho efa befu nimdie mu ene de eka onyina no my pene Mahama eko ho ene wo mo ekodi enkita ho ehwe se de wo mo edi wo mo edwuma eti we na ye kana akua papa ba akọ ne baaye no na otu kwan pa enso de o mo eye wo ama ahodo okoso no onfa bi emma ye memu enti ye hu transformation papa bia wo Ghana ha but on say my pene Mahama wo call yen wo mu brief no oh ye ha wo ba higher education no ye say na tie say ne ye no wo call mo Botanic Gardens emu na ade nyina no wo kohwe no ode aba Ghana ama san sakraye no ebi akan we na chese ye nya my penny papa my penny a wonimu sede ye fa ye ho hwenimfoni ye da so ya MC amunsa mfa samfoni ma emfoni my penny Mahama mfoni ye da so hwatade ye hye no nani bia nkasa wodura mansem a wote wo man nanim ye kausi obi a presidential material no woni seso wo baby a eti nentu about Singapore no de epiemu ebo ho no ye ni de chie de eka wo bia ye de bebrem wo ye Kasiebo a edidi sonimu na emom enhuren de efe
ena oye mampanyi a osua de onkose bia okohwe ni akwachele me kohwe mani so nti se ba se oye bibi ewo ni mema nia wasua ni onim dade nyina no ode ka na ode aye na ye se enkrofo ba mo se mo ye free senior high unse ye basa esanse nanti omo nanti ne dia owura dutwum kire mu se wa ko US hwan nyina oba na anye ye je se wonsem no ko ABC but we no so omo ba no omo de omo nya no e ka de omo mo ho e de ye adwuma ebeboa na Ghana yakoye ni mpa
enti wure no ye wo bi e wo ha nan so no yensuan ka ho na yempeja ye die no ai akaime ye omo fe wo se Dubai Miracle Garden
okay nti ebe bi we garden nti ebe bi we garden nti Person Gardens we mo adwuma mo ba pe mun so na be bi aga na nhwe ni ade nyina won nyina no matimi ani kama
na se o konso ne delegation e coin no obia wo mu bi ni omo sua no ye beba be implement ama Ghana akonanim ti we wonya chilling president
yanto so na yanko yanim ana ya to so de na se sabi Ghana efei na yenya empanyimfo a se ebu eye omano na etimi aboa ye na se niam etimi akoso ye pa dia maye na che se enam sayo so se eye gold board empanyimfo e de nsem bi abedwa so mchirema se be na ganafo ye betimi aboa na nipa to gold ade fa sumase ekọ amorane ekoto betimi abrase na efe nso se obia betu no wai so se obetu eye gold a so be fa kwampa so no omo de bonus stronko e de amache se license manners no se be boa no dwumadie no ebetimi akonka na yenjina so ne enko etie ba yato aso
ye kone ne Dr. Jonathan Asante Otchere Atotwe enkomo woye political analyst with the University of Cape Coast or you be ene di enkomo ye kasa fidie so pa MPP amayeko sade ne atete apansamo a we se wo bone ye edumienu we se wo bone ye 30 ediasa no wo that flag bearership race no emu no ye ne ne hu nkomo doc ye mo akwabo e de ba Power Radio XYZ TV XYZ evia pem to bem Kasiebo.
Yeah, the positive manager also.
Yada sadaje wanya dia mayen doc we de yemisa MPP amayoko no omo de womo ebebo edan so ansa na womo to foundation ti ene womo ye ahoboa se womo de beyi frank tufuo ama amayoko no nipa so far womo yi omuti no kame se camp bia accusing nyonko accusation counter accusations and ade wo kra wo bone ne namosoma yedi nkuguo wensu se wo bone a waye enti Dr. Brian Champon ye ka ne bone du Canada Japan no ne bone ne de bro aduasakra then Dr. Mahmoud Bomi ono de ne bone ne eche wo mu nyina super bone ankasa yenhwe sa esayi a edi wo mo animu a wo mo etwen nie ekeka ekoi ebenya nsunsuansuo bi ewo amayoko no eda acheso
you also you know that was momentia the tea of one wa chefo nyina ewi na mencha de no se metimi ape kwabia ade amame mame
oh I no kre esa ebusia ni nyina mo ho ye
Adam.
Yeah, then you say
for the power from your mama.
Oh, doc, I know dear, ye be doing come ye do can cassa. I ye do cow. I but share any moody and why.
You, and you know, my main Sanchio, na Jumapam, Mudi Abogana, the Kebman Kebi Amamu. I'm say near cost when people know. Hey, na Ebra almost said, almost thank you to us, and I'm saying thank you to we, and thank you to. It is an avenue for somebody to use that platform to do a campaign. And natural fact, I don't know elections, no will also thank you to. Linguistically unacceptable. So it should have rather been a unity talk or unity walk with this. That would have been okay. Now, fast forward, and check and I'm some suspended there. Who front and say, oh, Ushasania Yam Piano Air Kobana, which I said it was going to get worse until it gets better. I am Piano Air Consul, and Shiny a party no, as a way of the party trying to solve that problem, Moses Adiane, almost see elections in Tiase. From no. So now they have decided that they want to conduct the presidential primaries answer. So they are taking care of the body of the human or the head of the human being before they take care of the body. Now, when you do the presidential primaries now, it almost takes me a very high. So it is in the wisdom of the captains of the various constitutions of political parties to decide, say, yeah, elections, they free a form, they're building, yeah, they are constructed. So that we'll take the last one, which is the highest stake, as the last item on the election. But Mumufi said, you want to solve a particular problem, but you are creating more problems for yourself. And so I say, two, abani vieni ye ni oba tu franka diama kuona. all the other elections are very inconsequential. And she that here, sir, and my party. And you know, that is the more reason why. And some na yampiana yet to know a cost. So it is just going to get worse until it gets better. Because now sooner woman now want a torso. That is why I mean media to just say if they really want to have an impact in the elections come 2028 against the NDC, they have to change course. Now we show Muswa, minimum dear. I come in there. Well, maybe when your next question comes, and then I will let you know the person I believe say if they are able to do so, or quite so.
Person me hunu no esa say empenefo ya wo mo ejina nyinai wo bia susu say we abasa so ene na ma ye jesa enimguase eti wo hwa sade ekono wo mo bi betumi aton ne ho yie ama delegate ama omo eja so ato abama no to the extent say ye pejemo aba Ghana nyina in the general elections 2028 wo mo ho be ya akono ama Ghana fonso age wo ma tomato abama wo mana
abading internally no dey fine because MPP for the kwakoto but externally no you need neutrals, you need non-aligned, you need undecided. You need them to be able to win elections in this country. But as it stands now, 2024 elections, NDC was able to latch on some of the things that they said before the 2024 presidential primaries, Nomdium campaign. So you cannot turn around and say otherwise. But Abaumia, for me, is still suffering from credibility crisis. But because the powers that be, the stakeholders, the power brokers, you see, they wouldn't want him to leave because so no what then it means to say he has a very stranglehold or he has a stranglehold on the party for those people behind him. Now, deep-seated MPP people wouldn't want him to be there. And that's the more reason why that Obama ensured that any such a high percentage in terms of a global analytics data on that if you're a presidential candidate and your opponent, you are beating your opponent by 52%, it means you're not strong. You must be overwhelmingly strong internally to be able to stand a chance of winning the elections externally. But if you don't have that, then I'm sorry. Apart from that, and that will forever stick. Now, there is something else that NDC will also have to come in because it is not about MPP. But NDC is also every other so. So NDC, they have two main things. One, the management of the economy under President Mahama, the Vice President, the Finance Minister, the Agric Minister. These are the four core areas in terms of productivity and management, and of course, trade and industry near there. So if they are able to manage the economy, evolving around these personalities, then that is very good. Now, the main problem that the NDC will face is transition. So, if the transition is properly done, because we can see, for example, that there are a lot more of people, positioning themselves to take over from Mr. Mahama. We can see that the chief of staff is one candidate that is showing up his face in one way or the other. It's becoming very visible. You cannot take that away from him. A finance minister, Agric minister is also in the fray. Who else? I think the education minister as well. But the NDC, for me now, they are handling this particular issue with finesse and with maturity. If they are able to continue on that path there, then it means to say the transition will be smoothly done. And once the transition is smoothly done, the economy is stronger. No MPP candidate will be able to win the 2028 elections against the person that the NDC will elect. But some also handle internally the transition when there wouldn't be any different from the MPP. So who's the MPP? And leading candidate if you ask me, I think that they must change course. And that probably they should consider the former education minister. But that's where they will vote for him. That's the decision of the delegates.
Not to say to you, no, educhum stand tall.
It is a better candidate than all of them. Kennedy Japan is someone who is very abrasive. He believes in revolutionary ideas. He always wants to get things done. That is his style.
Yeah.
But you're good. On the other way around, my position is that if indeed you had a presidential ambition and it is not an afterthought, say, for shaking reasons, you wanted to show the likes of Wuntumi and Co. Say, you have a stake within the party there, and you really had a presidential ambition. And no matter how we are in the past, that you shouldn't have gotten yourself involved in that. Because the internet does not lie to come back to hunt you.
Now when my kontokwa na wudu omatam sebe cassette ya judges any software kon.
Yes.
President
do not augur well for someone who has presidential traits. But this is not to take away from the fact that to me, some trouble Canada. He himself could also be a problem for the NDC because he will be the Trump type of politician, very unconventional. You never know what he will say today or what he will not say tomorrow. And the problem on face externally, and I say, Ghana afforded one, especially the neutrals, the non-aligned, the undecided, they will find that no, they are not too sure of stability in terms of the consistency and stability. So for that reason, so his abrasiveness, his revolutionary ideas in itself is both a curse and a blessing. But that is where he will find those problems that he's going to face. Better by an example. And then here, while say all of a sudden, the very person that you supported with all your resources, you became a household discussion in this country for more than a week, not once, twice. And then they seem to all of a sudden, you want to become a presidential candidate and subsequently president of this republic. So, and then people are like, it will come to harm him. So, based upon that, that will be difficult. But apart from that, the delegate will look at the situation and say, yes, it is not about voting for this person internally, but externally, will that person gain that kind of high acceptability or not? So, then they wouldn't vote for that particular candidate. So, in all, what you will say, Dr. Baumia may be a leading candidate, but as to whether he stands a chance of winning the 2028 elections, I think there are other factors that we have to consider, which are already delineated, and then maybe time will tell. And then the NDC deciding who they should choose. Very important.
Very well. Now, Doc, when I am say the highest bidder, Enna Obinya.
Our MPP one answer.
MPP DNA na yeka says ye pay sika play a role your politics.
Well, we say delegate system. That is what has come to stay. That really has come to stay, and we know what happened before the 2024 elections. How we were told to say Dr. Baumian Omutua 400. You were Kennedy Japan on also single-handedly paid 300 as an individual. He did very well to match him good for good. So this monetization, maybe it has come to stay. We have complained bitterly about that. We still don't get any headway because you cannot go out there, pay 400 series to each delegate, over 800,000 of them as at the time. About before the 2024 elections. You give 400 cities, you multiply by that. That's a lot of money. Sure. And people are really poor. They are living in abject poverty. So it just does not really make sense. But of course, you need to get power in order to be able to better a lot of the people. And if that is the way they are getting the power, it's just unfortunate.
Doc, and Komono Egusua Ekosунti. Yebeko so anyway ehun komo ebrigu so ekọ ne bebe bia no yebedi hun komo yeda sepa na doc ba ko ne de yebeka se wachi ho wai yeah, that's it. 80 Dr. Jonathan Asante Otchere woye political analyst University of Cape Coast and amote say one yen edi enkomo no yetu anamo bi wecho na menim sede ohun ntino yebeka ho asem na oka ye Canada Japan so ya abrasive that nature no and as a trait in a hard dream or the ambition or liking it to Trump na wo die ni mu say wo shama Zelensky de Putin. Russia and Ukraine de asumdua ba fe de was Henry was say was Zelensky any year now was say you don't go to a war which is 15 times your size, something like that. That is what I blame it.
Oh, Buna Bem Crazy, so the Usha Beta.
Oh, Copent war and to acquire 15 times your size. And was a walk. Oh, you know, a sarcasa rough in the sun here, man.
Sana Nipanakuma Tony, and there's a bomb I hope running many out to a prawa. Tell me a prawa.
I said in the politics, or in Trump, no, a comedy. And I was why a cabinet meeting, no minister Biaba. Mr. President, you are the best. Where by Mr. President?
Sanu bin kwa no peti
e be anu bi la kele di person
just answer na friend say na open answer o challenge ni kakra dia
challenge ni kakra dia
we you afi
a cabinet ministers no wa ba ese obema report no was so Mr. President wo ya de hwe wo ye history mu de wo na ye the best president wo na e kosa eti ye be hwe MPP na atechi ya pansam anti wo mu nya sebe ni petitire bia ma ni wo mu anim sesi ya ye wo mu nie ba ko na mo de ba ya ne de mo de ba 2028 de asem wo mu ni mu results ne dada eti ye hwe how it plays out.
Yo na ye to so na yakwem na yenko eye gold board said na America no omo the incentive egu akwem ama license miners a ebebo na manfo de gold efa kuntina se kwanso kwa mono no kwaton no ye betimi akon atia na sansemi no kasamafo ema gold board owura eye kwa menka ne nsem chirofo etwe nkomo nsem no mama yentie bi
on the gold board wa yanhyehyɛ mu ne adwumadie mu no da ne da nyina ye ne amanfo no ene toato adwene na yekɔ bankrum simple bibi chia ewo ye dwumadie mu a omo na twe adwen siso na yetimi atene no fise nienti a gold board wo ewo ho no ewo ho ma Ghana fo nyina ye pese eba ye sika kokɔ edwadie no so a o ma Ghana benya mfasodie pii no e de afri ho eno ntina wo abobo ahodo akokɔ so na ho abehia sɛ sabre no ye betimi de motivation kakra ediaba eye license miners and afin so besa anso aboa ama sika kokɔ adwadie netima koso tote wano na meka license miners ameka safa omo tumi krata se ometimetu efomagudie instead be motivate omo no na fe yetimi de ayegina ya ye de be kwatia ekwan abone so amanfo de sika kokɔ adwane free memo na aye friend obrofuka se mo smuggling no Ghana Gold Board a free Saturday, Wednesday, 27th August 2025. You introduce a year special bonus of 832 Ghana cedis per pound of Sikahoko for licensed miners across the country. Now, and I'm saying initiative a pound of gold nanka also a ton or local market around 8,868 Ghana cedis. And emre ya kase and I'm bonus inti. And then ye betono 9,700 Ghana cedis. We abba as a result of here say ye be a man for be ensema or the betu yanim annual. Na yet me di or more atete sem hujuma said be ya yenina ye betumi aye juma boom Ghana nti. Because some of the legitimate complaints in the buyer hall. Make us offer licensed miners no about significant reduction our local price of gold.
Aya kasama for Emma Gold Board Ora Kwamenka ena yetini ken yeda so ewo Ghana ye dwumadi ahodo so ne no eye Ghana National Gas Company ade atudwa chemsensesi a omode ndefu amakomako edu esi ho eye sebenese so plan ade won se betimi akonka no mawie na sanse eye Mami Judith ajoba Blay ena ne nsam twofo ekasaye ewo ho.
We are happy. We are very excited. We do this thing in a team spirit. It's amazing. Both the maintenance team and the operations team have worked together very well to get to this achievement. Remember, we told the people of Ghana we'll do this within 2 weeks, 14 days. Here we are, day 10, and I promise you, I'm sure that Maxwell and Samson will testify that we'll bring the plant back up by close of today.
Aniamuti a chief executive officer Emma say a Ghana National Gas Company and not yet in King.
Wasigusu 8 Power 97.9 Radio XYZ 93.1 TV XYZ wo shayin ye wo station sahodwa wo mo focus your baby and afa information center sahodwa chief ye bo amunyina jima information center omunyina efa bi kasapene ashalaja na Narcotics Control Commission NACOC wo mo say wo mache abrantie bia Waya na adrese ono de nubone hudane de obedi pa na cocaine nti wabone boa slabs mako nson 7 ena womu we ye no kilograms no mako enwotwe 8 kilograms ya nanka wode efa Switzerland womo airport na chese wode awuram ena yachem nka sana opeso ye fi ye kotoka ya na odeko ena womo akire no na womo echemu se womo ensaka sa enu boni ewo August 13 August boso de to dumiensa ene du 9 womo dumadi sonko a womo ye womo eni edi akira free eye enyere siman mu a ede eba ena chese ema womonsa eka womonhwehwemu a enimanimu ya ediem ade no chese womo enam abefo kwaya sese womo edidu womo dwuma eye checks ewo porta wodo no wimushen gina bia o se sushen gina bia o enum ena sese a womo enam edu womo edwuma se womo de abefo kwan ebedi se adwuma na eno so ena womo etume efa ya womo ache sa abranti sa bre no wo nakofo akache ya wo boama ensem no emu enhwehwemu ye etume akonkan nakok se womo guso bo amanfo nka ye se ye kwotie nubone ho dwadie ene nubone ho bibia no womo eguso a womo ye eye ne kese enti wo de ye kakaka na wo se wuntia womo eguso a womo torisa afo no so wre no ye becho emra na obedi enti we ekokobo kese a womo edema amanfo nyina
yanto aso na yembohwia ene no je se eye panyo no oye executive secretary edema vehicle and asset dealers union of Ghana edin sembi atujo de adesrede ema seps adwumako so mo serepa se ne se bia manfo crackers na omode ba mo hwe ne ye ansa ka no krasi etimi ayi airport na mo kama se seps sika omenya nko a eno mani edi akira de oso mo ye aboa na sa nhwemu ahodo na etimi koyie pane yesi ya cheka stolen cars ahoro ye tatomo na nyina no enya de etimi boa sansemi no se Ura Frank Kofiga ono na nensam chirofo etwe nkomode sansemi etudwa.
We are not the manufacturer. The manufacturer is somewhere in the United States or Canada. The theft did not happen here in Ghana. It happened in the United States or Canada or whichever country we are talking of. I, as an importer, I do not import stolen vehicles. The members under my union, like I say, I cannot vouch for all of them, do not also import stolen vehicles. If any of them find themselves foul to the law and the procedures, it is the customs at the ports that will have to flag this first and foremost before it gets to the citizenry, before I will be aware. So it starts first at the port. If somebody has done an illegality or anything to ensure that it doesn't harm the citizenry, the agency that has been taxed or mandated with that oversight responsibility should ensure that it doesn't come in. But if as a dealer, I have no business with another, garage, and I hear that there are vehicles that are stolen, and I feel as a secretary, I will first go there to question them, to ensure that they are doing the right thing. If it moves from be careful, I'll have to report to the police, because it dents the image of the market that we find ourselves in our trade.
Aniamuti aye Owura Frank Kofiga ono na yo chirofo mese amanfo ekra cars eba omanga no se nanse tatomo cars ne bia wia dia fam mane omo so bia kwato na ho nsam na kwabulija na o se steps and sorry and ye adwuma hwehwemu said ya ese efata
self for sorry mo sorry ade ye ne Ghana phobia ye twi Lamborghini ne ye twi so mo say Honda CV is then range mo na ade ye ne Ghana phobia dio na ye ni dwa kakramra
yo ye di dwa ye betwe ho na ye du dwa na mo ye mfa seda ma aboa fo me pa cho ene iska ho ade na so bi se fa phone na se onche wade phone so a na eya se papa nti fa phone no na dial eya star 426 star 5 hash ne nyina eye mega cash se lucky ball jumedie no mega cash lucky ball jumedie me pa cho na was select to play na je se o sha se na obetwa 5 series dia wa ho de mesu bia 5 series 10 series otwa ne se beboa na fe box makunsia bebie egusu ama ne abeselect bia no sika e wase na se wafa wadi wudi ya so ne se ne adi amamumu na se wakoyi wade bokọ na se timi abonti modia se eye mega cash jumedie no wontwe hu mfi monya 18 years nkwa wobetimi atwa bi na aboa pa saso enene no obisi opadwumayefo wo ye hairdresser ni a wasua tiribol rasta ne kero ya me pa adwuma no ewo ha cho sebra na beye bi na se busum bia ne yanchi aka 1005 Ghana cedis 1005 na se wo so no etimi abonti wasua adwuma na wawon hyase embo konte na nyo office bi nya adwuma na me pa cho modia na akona kwa ni kakra wo ha dwen ne mpatema ebetimi aboa ye pa frɛ 0246473271 na onyo monkasa saso na XYZ me pa cho ya dwem ho pa ahwefo na se obi bia otom bibia dwem ho se be na se niema no obetimi ahya ase atombro nya nche bia behu ana adu na se wo so wodi sika akra enti bra na ye mbode wuro ne mfama ni awoya emra ma wo kwan me pa cho dia wo ton emra ma wo kwan wonam kwampa so di udwuma bra ne mbode wuro no emfama na se no so no etimi aboa na wadwadwe ni enyi efiaduma akwa adum sa enti bra ho marketing department frɛ 0533825870 0533825870 na ne marketers nkasa na se ofre ye beba wa so betimi aboa na aba na se enkita wo ne hihye na akokama ne ahya ase abodewuru na ton edi ama na no so no etimi aboa ye pa sa so enene no me pa cho dwumadie ye mensa aka ene so eda so e wo ho nti bo modern ase wo so so betimi atwa bi eye 5 series pe 5 series pe mensa aka so mi se cheska no e mamamfo di ni bum 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 ko so na twa bi na nso bedi ni bum na etimi aboa nti fa phone na obedale star 274 hash star 274 hash eno no eye mensa aka na nso wadi bi u choose a na we choose Power FM na if we twa 5 series 10 series 20 series di ahoɔden no bɛso wotwa no bebre no na ɛsɛ wo so lucky air shine na wetimi edibi nti twa bi na nso edibi na etimi aboa ye begina we sunu atwa ho ye ba di aka ye di atoa so amamo.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the M1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ade na ya obayi a oda former son ya funu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry,
also yare ya titi bi ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa
Minyi ni say what ulcer tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture yanum bom kutia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ani Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
ulcer yekura eto yefunu ene ensunumu etumi a wo yefunu ekeka wa wogire ho a enye ulcer etumi e ma wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedum ye no enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom
Omade share some of my kwaba edba power radio XYZ TV XYZ Promotional Kasiebo so ebra yedrusi ye ko akodi edwediem eni sikasem amanebo with nanadwa kwacho adwa kwaba
mejo so be poso
edwemu tesen
edwom boko
fire nante
yede ani echemu ewo edwedie emu nsemu ane ekopie mu ewo epoye mantam ne mu na ukọ eyekwa east ene kwa west na chese edwedifo ne akuafo a womo edije ne ehudwane womo anu dem se jene no womo adọ amasese no asodoso na nso kamia yese womo mokọ aman ahodo atwa my Ghana ho akira se Niger ne Burkina Faso ekofa jene edeba o my Ghana mu beto no amo mu jene dwadie no aye bibia ho ntene no de adesede to wasofo hwe ennuane ne mfudi ho nsam so ena afensa ban ne se wonfa hyehyɛ enwu akwa mu na nka jena ye kradi fra man hodo so bepiem wo my Ghana mu no enkrofo ebegyan na timi aboa amanye yedua wo my Ghana mu hanom sei no edwadifo enya atofo ede ato akuafo no ede nsem sei ena tuja
Amia ya dom ya dofu pa wo fiti sempoa de kosi dede so pa nya bro jene ne ba na se omo nto because of Nigeria jene na yesa na ama eka abedi yeso bank bosian so na yeji
won bomodin na won boy na yes omo yes hye ma Nigeria ne Niger fo no omo no reduce omo de no ban kakra na entimi ntuye de no entuye de no nton
enti yesra ban say yesra na nkotodwegu fom me nkotodwegu fom mu nkotodwe na ban hu se me bu nkotodwe aban yesra wo yesra mu amuka bia wo mu yesra mu papa no efom kra meda because manwe ya ban de me beko bank for be chire me de me akotum
from August to November am ki say je na ye yetimi harvest ya den awie sa time na so na Niger de ba Burkina de ba Mali de ba e ba sa na de no so aba beyechu kwa
na chasawei ene akuafo awomu eduaje ne ewo kwa east ena afenso kwa west eno ewo poyamantam no emu ena womo ediade sede we tumpanifo anim se ya banbosia ena omakwaje awomo edi edomfudie na so akobase ye kra no ban ni framan ahodo so de ba na amade womo edua wo my Ghana mu hanom sei no aye womo eka eno no mu srempanifo so fa hye hu akwa mu na bibia ande da na akwa mu emfa ema womo ntipipo so mede edwadie mu nsam no ebesi ewa ha no mo sei na kase ne nka ye na timi ato aso
yo yeda sepa adwoa na tese na adwoa kwachewa edwadie mama ne ba wo de branye eno no eba no nto simo ne jene mo na sefo de akwa wodie na tese ye de papa eba edwamanso ane na baby edu Kasiebo mu no akua sedwadi amana bonasa
asa na se
yemfa na when woja oya na nsasa na osebe fa when to asana yanko
yo na ya kai atiefo se ya nua bema Nicholas ni na busu nyina si ye ni nyina ne se ye papa aye Robert Nana Yosen se waka nchini egu na Nyankopon aye adoma na se bosomya yewe mu no memenda na se eye on the 6th September ya na se busua kohia na yede akra ye papa echi krakra eni nti oto nsa ade afre nyina CM4 dombo dom ne magina na chi na onfa nkra eye ne papa Robert Nana Yosen echi krakra se memenda ebe na woche ena se ye no ye konti ye hwe anim se nyina ye de odoba ko bodom na ose eye takrade eho ena se dwumedie no ekọ anaje takrade anaje ho ena se dwumedie no ye akohia na yakwa kodintie nyina eto nsa de afra dofo nyina na se obi ameke ho na ye nkogya ye nua be mansie ana se King Nicholas enkura ne papa echi
ye de nsem nyina si ye damase antitina na wo Assemblies of God bookshop and your birthday ye ma happy birthday na ye de aseda kese ma akuya krant mama pomate teku ella opoku Fred Green na fear of fair bia mo nyina adwa kwacho mo boye tudom ye boa nsem ya no e de bremo wisdom hedadwama ye da sepa so na gift to say esiesie ye ho sofo prince mo so hwe camera no ma ye MP ne Raf ne Same Francis Yadamasi Manuanete na ewie Kasiebo mokote bekafo eyeme be po so hema nana ya foriwa amanfo kwomai agudie papa bi ladies dem boss edin so haye de asemene
akuya krantema
yadabunya ase ama moniti ne he